Star Citizen Alpha 3.13 has seen a variety of stability and server issues. Though some of these have been fixed for some players, there are certainly a lot more going on here, and there are certainly still some issues. And some people have suggested we could see a server wipe to solve the rest of them. So, there are commonly login issues currently with 3.13. Login queues, infinite loading screens, the game can become responsive after launching into the persistent universe. This isn't for all players, but it seems that a lot of players are still affected. We are also seeing a lot of client instability, occasional 30Ks, which are typically server crashes, but probably not more than normal for server crashes, and some 50K disconnects, which are timeouts for trying to connect to sort of Star Citizen services. You've been disconnected or timed out from a service sort of thing. The client seems to crash for many people as well randomly, leaving Star Citizen in a very odd state. One of the weirder things about this is that it seems to happen erratically. I did not have any issues playing 3.13 on the morning after its release, but we've seen issues in the evening afterwards and at the start of this week. It's possible Cloud Imperium are having back-end service issues, or they've changed something on their servers for testing, or an improvement that's failed, something like that. We had people talking about low performance, low frame rates as well, so it appears actually that odd sort of turn of events with some Windows updates that have been causing low performance have since been patched in Windows 10, so a lot of people that have updated their Windows and downloaded the latest graphics drivers seem to have pretty good performance that were having poor performance before, so hopefully that will help some of you. There has been a new Hotfix patch 3.13.0a that's actually addressed some of these issues and had various bug fixes along with server maintenance, and it's put Star Citizen in at least a bit of a better position. They fixed an issue that could cause a server to spawn double assets such as elevator doors. They fixed an issue causing players to die when placing boxes on lifts. Picking up a weapon off the floor should no longer break some animations like leaning, crouching and jumping. Players should no longer be able to acquire or equip mounted gun optics that make them block all bullet damage, and they fixed a server crash. Since that patch, I'm having a much more stable time again, but others are reporting to have the same issues as the previously, though a lot less than before from what I can tell, so it does appear to have fixed at least some people's issues. However, Cloud Imperium don't seem to have acknowledged that there's a problem on their known issue list with the sort of instability and the logging in problems. That may be because it's in triage, or it may be that it's about to be fixed or being worked on, or they think it's been fixed in the latest hotfix. It could actually be for any number of reasons. Cloud Imperium does need to get the patch into a good state for Fleet Week at the end of May. Last year's Fleet Week was a big financial success for Cloud Imperium, but, in my opinion, a huge in-game failure with its initial launch. Servers were really broken, people couldn't look in, and there were frequent crashes. Cloud Imperium have done quite a lot since that to try and get the servers and the game more stable and playable, and they've actually made pretty good progress. It's so important for them to have a good Fleet Week. It's when the game is seen by a huge amount of players that wouldn't normally play Star Citizen, or just sort of casually looking at it. Oh, what's this game? Let's have a play with it because it's free during this week. Oh, I can't play because everything's broken, or I can't even log in. People aren't going to look at that game again. If you had the persistence to try and get in, or you weren't off-put by the servers crashing, Fleet Week was actually fantastic. It was genuinely some of the best times I've had in Star Citizen, with the UEE fleet flying around and being able to rent a load of ships. It was great to see a dynamic event like this. There are various known issues that they currently have listed on their patch notes. You can't use the new Babbage ship services. You can't quantum travel sometimes with a player on the bridge of your ship. Customizable nameplates don't appear on skin variants. Constellations can despawn when flying 30 kilometers away from them after undocking with your little snub fighter, your P-52 or 72, and that redocking is very janky if the constellation is moving, though some had a workaround of leaving an NPC or player body on the ship that's been dragged there. Apparently that then means the ship doesn't despawn. It might work with flare items or other items as well, potentially. I'm going to mess around with that. Wallace Glim can spawn floating. Trolleys at Area 18 hangars are clipping through the floor, and then also can't more generally be pushed up ramps or elevators. Players can spawn facing the wrong way in Marina Commander, and the client can crash when loading in, though that's true of the client in general at the moment, or at least The Eclipse has broken entry and exit interactions. The chat HUD has issues for ultra-wide resolutions. There are two more major issues here, in my opinion, as well. Bed logouts. They can cause infinite loading screens when rejoining the persistent universe, and a character reset may be required to fix that, apparently. Though I actually think that might be for many other reasons beyond bed logouts, and infinite loading screens are a thing, and being unresponsive and that sort of stuff still, as I mentioned earlier. And there's also an abnormally long delay between picking up and the storing of FPS minables, harvestables, and general items. To me, this suggests that there's an issue with the server's back-end services and database all connecting with each other. We know that Cloud Imperium are working towards iCache and a faster, more robust way of tracking items and changes in the game and on the server, but it looks like there have been some bugs in the current patch, potentially with that and getting that more ready. We know that iCache, lots of the features and everything are built with it in mind, and you're getting lots of little bits of goodness from iCache from patch to patch. At least that's the plan. So potentially could be a back-end services and database issue. And I was talking earlier about the potential for a wipe. Now, this is sort of compounded by a notification or warning now when you log into the launcher that you have to agree to. Star Citizen Alpha development. During this alpha phase of development, Star Citizen uses a temporary form of in-game currency known as aUEC. Alpha United Earth credits for testing purposes. It is not sold and is separate from UEC, United Earth credits, that will be used in the future launch version of Star Citizen. Please remember, Alpha UEC, as well as any virtual or digital items obtained through alpha phase gameplay, is subject to being reset to the player's starting amount or status upon a patch wipe or removed as a consequence of bugs or exploits. Any such items or Alpha UEC gained or traded in the game may be lost and not recoverable. I think that warning or notification or whatever that you have to agree to is great, because it is pretty factual. There are going to be wipes, and assets will be wiped. Not your assets that you've bought with real money. They're going to be on your account. Don't worry about that. So this is possibly to combat grey market and eBay trading of Alpha UEC currency, which would obviously be lost on a wipe, and some people don't even consider that or don't think about that. They'll be like, oh, I'll buy this for $20 or so, bam, could be gone the next day. But it could also mean that Cloud Imperium are planning to do a wipe, and they put that notification there because very soon they're going to be doing a wipe, and they want people to be aware that Alpha UEC gets wiped and not to be very grumpy. So that could make sense if it's a database issue that they've been having. There is nothing you could do if they decide to wipe, though. If they decide to wipe, nothing you could do. It's gone. You won't lose what you've bought with real money, though, and I'm not saying that is what is happening, that they are going to wipe, but I am saying don't buy Alpha UEC from eBay. That's my hot tip. I'm just saying that a wipe is possible and more likely than it has been before if there is a database or server issue that they can fix with a wipe. Some players have had potential success, though, with a character reset, though it's a more nuclear option that's fixed some of their issues with infinite loading screens and lots of these crashes. Some people are saying that deleting your user folder and getting the latest drivers worked for them in fixing their issues, but it seems pretty erratic to me. It's certainly disheartening when there are basic playability issues with Star Citizen, such as poor performance, server crashes, client crashes, and the like, especially after the PTU for 3.13 had a pretty solid experience. The latest hotfix has certainly helped somewhat, but there is still more to be done. We know that there are 3.13 patches in the works, and we could see more hotfixes before the expected new 3.13.1 patch, probably happening around Fleet Week towards the end of May. I know that some people might hate the idea of a wipe, and hopefully we won't need to get one. Hopefully they'll be able to fix the current problems, or problems that are persisting, with just a quick hotfix patch or a quick little server hotfix. However, if a wipe fixes issues for more players, then great. I'd welcome it. But that's just me. What do you think? Is a wipe incoming? Do you mind if there is one? How is your experience of Alpha 3.13 so far? Do you have issues that have since been fixed? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you have questionable taste in anime? Do you not want internet pirates looting your internet search history? Do you want a way to have more accessibility to the internets from more countries? Or is your security and privacy important to you? Well, get NordVPN. I shill for them, and you should use the code BoredGamer or the links below for a discount. Try it out. It's like a fleet of escort ships making sure your internet experience doesn't get griefed. We have the April ship giveaway as well for a Mercury Star Runner. The ship is extremely multi-role and should be part part of any budding Citizens fleet. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning one is comment on any of my videos made during the month. A random commenter will take that prize. These giveaways and the wider channel content are made possible by people that go the extra mile by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube channel member, with that join button and the links below. And me and Zin, the editor for the channel, are now trying to put out regular exclusive content as a thank you. We'll also be asking you in those videos to help shape the channel with making decisions about what content we do and how we do it. Please consider joining if you're really enjoying the content. It really does help. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more Star Citizen content, and I'll see you in the verse.